Just a quick one, guys, before we get into today's video. We do have a lot of Rangers t-shirts available on our website. Do browse the collection by going to either rfcclothing.com or going down into the link in the description. Let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. So Rangers got back to winning ways again as they beat Aberdeen 1-0 thanks to a goal from Todd Cantwell. Todd Cantwell is a player that I am seriously impressed with, and I love his attitude towards playing for Rangers. We haven't got enough players like Todd Cantwell, and I really hope, as I say, that signing is a sign for more things to come as we go into the summer transfer window. I really do think Todd Cantwell is one really good player, but two, certainly a player that we should be building our team around going into next season. Now, talking about next season, we already know the sort of talk around the summer that there's going to be lots of changes. There's going to be lots of players moving on, and there's a lot of players going to be coming in. Now, in today's video, we're going to be discussing some out-of-contract players, as there is reports stating that one player who is got his contract expiring in a month or so is set to sign a new deal, so we'll discuss that. But first I want to discuss Alfredo Morelos. Look, yesterday Alfredo Morelos, it looks as though played his last game for Rangers. Michael Beale sort of came out publicly and stated that he wouldn't be playing for Rangers going into next season, and kind of slammed the player as well, to be perfectly honest. Basically said that when he came on he saw a change, but not in a positive way. So yeah, it does look like there is no way back for Alfredo. And to be fair to Michael Beale, I do think it is time for a new challenge for one, Alfredo Morelos, and two, Rangers need to maybe look for a different focal point going forward. Alfredo, I just feel, has kind of chucked it. He's overweight, doesn't look like a player that wants to play for the football club. But that's a very interesting one there, that Michael Beale has finally came out and said that Alfredo Morelos will be moving on and won't be signing a new contract. He also stated a week ago or so that Rangers hadn't offered the Colombian a contract. So yeah, an interesting state of affairs there. However, regards to Ryan Kent, he was left out of the squad. That probably looks like more of an injury one. But again, we have been documenting Ryan Kent's situation. It does look as though he won't be playing for Rangers going into next season. And Burnley, as the Burnley talks do sort of heat up. However, we have got reports to you this morning that another out of contract player by the name of Ryan Jack is set to sign a new deal. Yes, there is a handful of players that's futures are unknown. You've got your like Alan McGregors, Scott Arfields, and Ryan Jacks. And as I said, these sort of players, it will come down to towards the end of the season whether they're going to be getting new contracts. However, reports and reputable journalists are stating that Ryan Jack is going to be offered a new one-year extension to his deal and will be a Rangers player going into next season. I haven't got any news with regards to Scott Arfield as of yet, nor Alan McGregor, but it doesn't look like Alan McGregor will probably be moving on. And Scott Arfield, I do feel, is another player that will probably get a year's contract extension or so and stay at Rangers going into next season. Look, Ryan Jack is currently injured, but I do rate Ryan Jack very highly, and I do think he is a key player and can go into next season. He's one of those players that plays for the Jazz. He's a Rangers fan. Good also for he's Scottish, a good Scottish quality player that you need to kind of have when you're playing in European football. I think you need to have like a certain amount of homegrown players within the team. So Ryan Jack is a perfect fit for that. But Jack has also been offered deals from England as well. So he will be choosing Rangers. It is going to be him staying at Rangers going into next season, which I do think is a good signing. As I say, I know there's a lot of talk that some fans want to see certain players move on, and the sort of old guard that we've relied on since sort of 2018 start to go out and get a sort of fresh faces through the door. But I do, as I said, think Ryan Jack is a good player, and certainly not maybe a player that's going to go straight into the first team, but certainly in and around the team and a part of the squad. I think Ryan Jack could be, a real quality addition going into next season. So I do agree with him signing a new deal. I do think that's a good business by Rangers. And as I said, I think he's one of a few out of contract players that I would extend the deal for. As with regards to Scott Arfield, again, I have no confirmation whether he's going to sign a deal. However, Scott Arfield is probably another player that I'd probably have in and around the squad. As I said, I know he's a Canadian international, but does count as a homegrown player. As I say, he's Scottish born. So again, it's good to have these quality players in and around the team. I just can't think that we've got many Scottish players left over. So those two certainly I'd be offering a new deal. Alan McGregor, as I said, I don't think he'll be signing a contract at Rangers. But yeah, very, very interesting summer indeed. And I am starting to get a feel that this is going to be a major, major overhaul. And we are going to see a team that is unrecognisable going into next season. There is other players that the club are being linked with. However, there's no real concrete connections as of yet. But the news that we have for you today is that Ryan Jack is set to sign a 1-year contract extension to his current deal. Again, Ryan Jack is a player that when he is fully fit, he is probably one of our better midfielders. But the question is always around him. He isn't always fit. He is certainly on the sidelines a lot. Did come back from a long-term injury last year. But it's a player that in a season you do expect to maybe be on the sidelines 3 or 4 times for short periods. I don't think he's going to be playing again this season. However, as I said, Michael Beale looks as though he's given the green light to extend him a new deal. Rangers fans, what do you make of the sort of situation firstly with Alfredo Morelos? What do you think with regards to Michael Beale sort of calling the player out publicly? Do you think this is something, do you stand by that? And also, what have you made of Alfredo Morelos' time at Rangers? I think personally it's quite sad to see how it has ended. He's one of my favourite players. He always was one of my favourite players. But the way it's sort of ended, since that injury he got at the back end of last season, it's never really been the same. And Rangers missed a trick not selling him in the summer transfer window. Also, I want to know your opinions on the outer contract players, Scott Arfields, Alan McGregors, etc. Which of those sort of players would you like to see get a new deal? And do you agree with, as I say, the reports stating that Ryan Jack has been offered a 1-year deal? Would you offer Ryan Jack a 1-year deal if you were the Rangers manager? As I said, please do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or going to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.